everyone, this is Emmeline from North Fork Ranch. This is my horse Zephyr. Zephyr is a Norwegian Fjord horse, which has a very unique mane and tail with a black dorsal stripe and white on each side. The Fjord mane is trimmed in a classic styling with white shorter, black taller, and white shorter on the other side. A lot of people use electric clippers on their Fjords manes, but I've always just used a pair of Fiskar scissors. So let's get started. We're going to try to have a nice arch with the highest point about right here and then coming back down to her head. I usually begin on the right hand side at her shoulder and work my way this way, but you can really start anywhere. So I'm going to start by trimming this part quite short. She doesn't have a lot of white here, and I usually just get rid of that extra.
That gives it a pretty clean look at the beginning, huh?
Yeah, it does. And it helps you to start seeing the shape that you're going to want. And then I come along later and cut this white hair a little bit shorter.
That way the black is taller?
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to come along here. And just take out these white hairs on the edge. Once you get started, it's actually easier to see where they are. So the nice thing is, if you don't cut too short, you can always come back as you start to see your shape and fix things. They almost have like a separation between the white and the black where it makes it a lot easier. There's going to be a few white hairs here, but the majority of them are separated. So once I get this white hair shorter, it's going to be a whole lot easier to separate the two completely and shape it exactly the way I want it. Her mane is a little bit extra long because I haven't trimmed it in a while, and so it's going to be a little bit harder, where if you trim all the time, it's a lot easier. So I'm going to start tilting down now because I'm getting close to her ears. And I'm going to want to make her a bridal path, which is technically just cutting the hair down to her head right here. It just makes it easier for when they have a halter or a bridle on. And it also separates the forelock from the mane. And you'll see right here where I have, in the past, I trimmed it. This is really short. I'm going to cut all of that off. It looks like a lot, but you'll see that when it's all done, her forelock is already really thick. And if I left this much, it would just be too thick.
Okay.
Did you head back down the...
There you go.
Okay. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna put her halter in there. So this is gonna go back down to her head here. The highest point is gonna be about right here, and so I'm gonna trim a little bit more here. Right now I'll grab bits of white that are on the black here. And then I'm going to come back from here, cut a little bit shorter here. Okay, and now I can actually push with my scissors, push the black away, and then clip the white, and this is a whole lot easier to get a straight, even cut. Gonna come just a little bit more on that. So the white will be shorter than the black. So if you leave the white too long, you've got to leave the black long, and it'll all be too long. So this will be the most difficult part because her hair is actually kind of trained to fall forward. So it's kind of important to have it standing up when you're trimming. Okay. It's also the thickest part of her mane, so it's kind of hard on the scissors. Okay. And there. Get rid of some of that extra hair. I like to have a brush handy so that I can brush it off when I'm done. Okay. A few more white hairs. Okay, that's good enough for the first side. And then I'm going to go around to the white on the other side. Okay, for the second side, we're going to have a little bit more of a difficult time because her mane naturally comes to this direction. So I'm going to have to be pushing it back the whole time that I trim. And I'm going to begin at the front and work to the back. Because I'm left-handed, this is the way that it just works. If you're right-handed, you may do it totally opposite, and that's fine too. So again, start at the bottom. You're going to have a little bit of a shape up here. And I like to open up the hair, check through it, and see what level the white is on the other side. And that helps me know exactly what level I should be at on this side. I'm just separating the black hairs on the white hairs with my hand. If you cut a little bit of black, it doesn't matter because it's not going to show up that it's even cut. Is the black center down the middle, and I'm more comfortable working from this side, and so I'm just going to do it from here. You can do it from either side just fine. I'm going to start here and work towards her head. So because I have the white already trimmed, I'm just going to keep it about an inch above that white. You can go a little longer, a little shorter, just fine. It's easier to keep this with the shape because you're following the white. And then at the end, I'll come back and trim off, make everything look really even. So it looks like I'm going a lot shorter right here, but that's actually because her mane is tipped over. And so as the days go by after getting it trimmed, having it light, it's all gonna stand up. So usually it takes about, oh, I don't know, 4 days after you trim them for them to start looking completely perfect again. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna hold the hair up. I'm gonna carefully even out. It actually matters the most on how smooth a finish you have, on how good the haircut looks. So you'll see that a lot of extra hairs are coming out here. That's technically just her shedding, and once you get those out with a brush at the end, they won't be there looking like you missed a few white hairs. Okay, we're going to go around to the other side and see how that all evened out. So often, since their hair is like this, these hairs are actually longer because they didn't get trimmed from that side. So I'm going to push them back and trim them again. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and like, and we'll see you in future videos.